Hi everyone, I'm Anitah Cantele, and today we're going to talk about how you can debug faster with New Relic's AI-powered observability. Before we jump into it, I wanted to share one of my favorite customer stories.
Think about it like this. If you were to go to your local corner shop on a Sunday morning to buy some milk and eggs for breakfast, you wouldn't want to tap your card not knowing if it's going to work or not. You want it to work every single time, 100% of the time. We provide a cloud-native core banking platform that aims to help banks modernize their legacy systems in a frictionless way. So our observability journey started off, like most people, where our clients would inform us when something wasn't working with our platform. As we matured as an engineering organization and as a product, we wanted to be ahead of the game and be able to proactively identify any issues that could affect our clients.
Yeah, so we're really trying to change the culture at 10x for teams to have a lot more ownership and be a lot more accountable for the services that they run in production. Really getting the teams a lot closer to key metrics, basic questions around how many logins are we getting, how many users are on the platform.
The thing I like most about the New Relic platform is having all our telemetry data in one place. Having more focused production insights, we have been able to make better capacity management decisions to help ensure that our platform stays as performant as possible.
What I like the most about New Relic is the ability to customize and to write queries that are specific to the elements of my services that I want to monitor the most. In that way, I can build dashboards that focus on exactly what I need to focus on for my services to support them operating correctly in production. The ability that New Relic provides to allow you to correlate specific requests or between services all the way from kind of infrastructure through to the front end is really powerful and makes it a lot easier to diagnose issues and to identify problems as well before they arise. Because that helps us build our culture as well when we've got engineers talking to each other across different teams, getting to know each other, breaking down some of those silos.
Having all our data available in one place, it allows me to make informed decisions and makes me feel empowered that I have the ability to deliver a great customer experience to our clients.
I love how 10x Banking has been able to proactively manage and monitor their environments with New Relic, and how bringing together both their application and infrastructure data onto a single platform has removed silos and allowed teams to be much more efficient in the way that they manage their environments. So before we jump into talking about how New Relic can help you identify and solve your performance issues quickly, I wanted to share what we've heard from customers around the challenges that they face when managing and monitoring a cloud environment. So the first one is really, managing application uptime when you are building a cloud native environment or migrated to the cloud is really complicated. And this is because of the vast number and variety of cloud services that your applications rely on. Teams either have limited visibility across their stack, which makes it hard to identify issues, or they find it really overwhelming in terms of finding where the source of the issue may have come from. Engineers need to gather the right telemetry data for each resource, establish tagging so that they can correlate them, then create dashboards and set up thresholds of performance, acceptable performance. And even when they do these kinds of things, teams still find it challenging to correlate data across different dashboards in order to determine the cause of a problem. The second area that's challenging is with cloud native infrastructures, you're dealing with much more frequent deployment cycles, continuous integration, and continuous delivery pipelines. Organizations have built DevOps practices for engineering teams to collaborate across these functional teams. But with the shift left train, developers need to be able to catch problems before they become painful and expensive to solve later. To deploy more often means that you need to ensure stability. You'll want to track all of your deployments so that you can correlate them to your application's performance. And if something breaks, you're able to identify that quickly. The third area is around cloud costs. We all know that teams are trying to become much more efficient and reduce their spending. cloud environments can be incredibly costly if you're not monitoring and managing your resources efficiently. Teams need to understand and allocate infrastructure resources to ensure the performance while still, as they scale, while still managing their cloud costs. So in order to effectively manage the performance of your cloud applications and infrastructure, you really need full stack observability. And the reason you need to do this is so that you can connect all of your telemetry data easily and then identify the source of issues, really giving you full visibility into the health of your system. New Relic unlocks the value of full stack observability by providing you a comprehensive platform with a number of capabilities for faster, accurate insights. Firstly, we connect and correlate all of your data and then give you access to over 30 observability capabilities in one place. We also provide AI-powered capabilities like automatic anomaly detection, and our architecture is built for scale. So it doesn't matter the size of your workload, an application, or the size of your organization, we can handle the telemetry data that you need to send us in order to manage and monitor your solution. And then finally, we are committed to the open source ecosystem and providing first-class support for all your open telemetry data. So the way to think about our platform is in two parts. The one is our data cloud, and this is really the ability to bring all of your telemetry data to our platform and have it in one place so that you have a single source of truth. This includes things like your metrics, logs, events, traces, bringing those all to one platform. Once your data is in our data cloud, we enhance the data through AI-powered insights. This provides teams really the data in context with automatic anomaly detection that I mentioned so that you can proactively identify issues quickly and before they impact your customers. So, what are some of the unique capabilities we offer Azure customers? Well, firstly, we want to make it easy for you to onboard onto New Relic. So we provide easy instrumentation for your Azure services and provide pre-built dashboards so that you can access insights immediately and find and fix problems quickly. Secondly, once all your application and infra performance data is in New Relic, you can automatically correlate that data in a single UI. So no switching between different screens to find, to look at your performance data and to understand what's impacting your performance. And then as part of that, you can actually view the relationships between your application, logs, and infra in a single, in a map, in our service map, so you can see the relationships and how they impact each other. We also help you proactively find issues before they impact your customers. As I mentioned earlier, we have AI-powered anomaly detection and alerting as part of our New Relic platform. And then finally, as mentioned earlier, we support open telemetry and Prometheus. So you can bring all of your open source data and have a first-class experience or a native experience within our platform for your open source telemetry. So to get started, let's discuss how we make it simple for Azure customers to onboard to our platform. We have partnered closely with Microsoft to provide an Azure native solution. This is a solution that is built in Azure for Azure so that you can get access and use New Relic the same way you would any other Azure service. With New Relic's Azure native service, you can get started directly in the portal, and I'm going to share that with you in a moment. And all your data will remain in Azure while being able to access all your insights through the New Relic platform. In addition, you can onboard all your data with over 500 New Relic quick starts, making it easy to get started. And you can utilize your Azure spend commitments and manage all your costs on a single Azure bill, and that includes your New Relic service. So let's take a quick look at how easy it is to get started. As you can see, I'm now in the Azure portal. And if you like me, you'll have New Relic as one of your favorites. If not, you can search for New Relic in the bar above. So I'm going to click into our New Relic solution. And here you've got two options, either to get started with New Relic. That will take you to the marketplace page where you can learn more and get yourself set up as a New Relic customer, or just go directly and create a New Relic resource. So we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to click into here. You can either link it to an existing New Relic account or go and create a new one. I'm going to create a new one just for the purpose of this demo. So first of all, you are going to set up the basics. So I am going to connect my resource group. And so I'm going to make that a build resource. I'm also going to go and name my resource. So I'm going to name it 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗶ecie Azure for all of us in Azure. And then we are going to go on to the next step. So the next step, you can really set up and include and exclude the metrics you want to capture. And this helps you basically optimize what resources you pull and pull all the relevant resources you need. You can also add send subscription activity to logs by checking this box. And finally, you can actually go and set up tagging with names and value and tag each of your New Relic resources. Your next step would really be to go and review it and create your resource. Your next step, once you have created your New Relic account within the Azure portal, you can actually then go and set up your app services and enable your APM agents, and then go to your virtual machines or Kubernetes and enable our infrastructure and Kubernetes agents on those screens. Once you've done that, you can go and verify that your New Relic is receiving data using your monitored resource page within New Relic on the Azure portal. And anything that's checkmarked green, for example, on the screenshot, is showing that it is actually sending data to New Relic. So you know that those components are sending data to New Relic. So let's switch gears a little bit. I now want to take a look at how we make it easy to go and find and fix performance issues by providing you in context insights within the platform, really looking at how we automatically correlate your data in a single screen and the relationship mapping for your apps and infrastructure. Let's go and have a look at the demo on that. So I've opened up my New Relic account. Here we have an e-commerce application running in Azure. The development team have instrumented their application and Kubernetes telemetry in to New Relic. You can also see that we are using OpenTelemetry for this application. So one of the things I wanted to share before I jumped into the demo is that you can view both your application and infrastructure telemetry, both within your infrastructure monitoring UI. And I'm going to click into that so you can take a look. So here is your infrastructure monitoring UI. You're capturing all your key host metrics. And as you can see here, there's a number of AKS pods running in this application. You can also see the associated applications for each of these pods. I'm going to go back to the APM and services UI because we're going to take a look at how you can correlate your application and infrastructure data from here. But I wanted to illustrate just how you can see it both within your infrastructure UI and also your APM UI. So to get started, I want to go and take a look at my Azure cart service. Right now, it's indicating that this is working, everything's working okay, but I want to show you how you would be able to take a look at your application and your underlying infrastructure to identify issues. So on this UI, you can see all your APM telemetry data feeding in. So you can see your web transactions, you can take a look at throughput, your errors, you can take a look at each of your transactions, your logs, and even your infrastructure, your underlying infrastructure there. But to take a look a little bit even more deeply, you can go and open up your service maps. So I've just opened that up, and this really shows you the context of your infrastructure and your application. So you can see here the application underlying infrastructure, and then what's happening with your application services. Everything is looking healthy as they indicated in green. But if, for example, one of these were highlighted in yellow or red, you would want to go and take a deeper look. You can also take a look at your underlying infrastructure or your Kubernetes even more deeply by having a look at this in context of your infrastructure. So I've just clicked into that so you can see this new view of your service map where you're seeing this within the context of your Kubernetes cluster. And what you can even do is click into this and go and have a look at the cluster in more detail. So this is going to take us to our Kubernetes navigator, where you can see all the components of your Kubernetes cluster. And actually, if any of these were highlighted in red or yellow, you would be able to double click and understand exactly where the issue is coming from within each of these little cells. You can also go and have a look at an overview of your AKS environment. And you can do that over time. So for example, if I want to look at what's been happening, because everything looks healthy right now, what's been happening over a 3-day period, I can click into this and take a look at my Kubernetes environment. You can also go and take a look at your Kubernetes events. And the events really help you get an early warning sign if there's any particular issue on your cluster. So you can use this dashboard to take a look at those early warning signs. And then you can also go and have a look at your logs and dig into what is happening within your container. So really providing you both at a high level how your infrastructure and APM correlate and where there may be issues, and then the ability to easily navigate your way through this to understand where that root cause may be. So yes, in that demo, we really showed how you are able to correlate, your APM, your infrastructure, and really get a deep understanding and follow where there may be issues so that you can identify the root cause. So we've spoken about how, given you some snapshots on how to use the platform. We have also spoken a little bit around the importance of bringing all your data together on a single platform. I now want to kind of talk about what some of our customers have shared in terms of how New Relic is helping their business. So one example is 𝗦𝗽𝗲𝗀𝗃. They are the largest car sharing website in France, and they have over 2 million registered users and a fleet of over 30,000 vehicles across France. And for them, data management and data correlation is key. And the reason being is so that they can proactively detect issues before they impact their customers. And when they instrumented New Relic, they were actually able to identify 10 issues in that very first day. Yeah, in that first day of installing the agents. They've also been able to improve their response time by over 40% on the back end. Now that infrastructure and APM performance are correlated, they've also shared that their developers' jobs have become simpler, and they've been able to become far more efficient at managing their environment. Another example to highlight is BigBasket. They are India's largest online food and grocery store and deliver to over 20 cities, including places like Bangalore and Mumbai. They have shared that they've been able to reduce their application infrastructure costs by 35%. And this is thanks to their ability to identify to be able to monitor their cloud environments and identify performance bottlenecks and inefficiencies across their application and infrastructure resources. It's allowed them to really kind of consider and monitor and manage their resource utilization so that they can optimize the way that they are building out their environments. So those are two great examples of both how companies are able to improve their performance and solve issues faster, as well as go and reduce their costs. I wanted to share some of those exciting kind of business impact that customers have had. So what is next for you as an Azure user? We're excited for you to come and use our New Relic platform. So your first step would go and find us on the Azure Marketplace. You can get more information around how to get started, as well as different options for you as a customer. We also offer one free user up to 100 gigs per month when you get started. So take advantage of that offer and go and take a look at the newrelic.com, We have a huge amount of information around what we offer as a platform, what we offer to you as an Azure customer, and documentation that can really give you step-by-step guidance on how to get started. We look forward to you trying our platform, and thank you so much for listening.
New Relic loves Azure, just like you love Azure. But this is no bizarre love triangle. It's just a commitment to store all your telemetry data in Azure, be in the Azure Marketplace, let you set up agents, logs, and metrics right from the portal, to make onboarding irresistibly easy. End-to-end observability with New Relic in Azure. You'll love what you see.